back. Hey guys, welcome back to Raphaelsinsights. Welcome. I welcome you into the world of the esoteric, the divine, the beautiful. You guys, welcome. Now we just gotta wait. I know I got on a little late. Hopefully you guys are still ready to tune in. For a second there I got scared. I was like, where's everybody at? But you guys, hello, welcome back to Raphaelsinsights. Come on in, you guys. Come on to this beautiful channel. You guys, I do have to tell you, yesterday I had a weird, I know it's not weird. I wouldn't say it's weird. Hi, New York. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone from wherever you're from. Oh, it's wherever you're from, you guys. Hi, hello. Welcome to this beautiful channel, New York. Welcome to this beautiful channel, everybody. Make sure you guys like the video, and we'll get straight into the questions because I'm going to be on here for at least like 10 minutes because I know I'm a little late and I apologize. I was definitely feeling a little slow today. I was definitely feeling like a little bit like I shouldn't get on today, but then I was like, I know I should, and then, but here I am, you guys. I got on. I'm here. Always drinking my bangs. I know they're really bad for you. I know they're not good for spiritual nothing. Normally I like to drink my peppermint tea. If you guys didn't know, peppermint tea is really good to open your third eye, to get you really concentrated. So whenever you have like a test, whenever you have like something that you really need to concentrate, take some peppermint tea and drink it. It's going to help you concentrate on whatever you're doing. It's going to open up your mind and your concentration. It's going to bring in more knowledge as well. Definitely something to keep in mind in your little like, what is it called? In your little briefcase of weapons. You could call it a weapon in a way. But anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching me. I am very late and I do apologize, but let's talk about that weird feeling that I got. It's not weird. It's because whenever I get that feeling, there's gonna be earthquakes, right? Whenever I feel it, and I hadn't felt it in a while, but when it hit me, you guys, when I tell you it hit me, it hit me so hard that I reached over and I grabbed something because I thought I was gonna fall. And what it is, and I've explained it before, it's basically whenever there's going to be earthquakes, whenever something intense is going to happen, some sort of like catastrophic, Kabbalistic type of event is going to happen, it'll hit me like that. And the fact that it's hitting me right before March starts, March is going to be, remember I told you March was going to be one of the most, I could say, dramatic, Kabbalistico. You really don't want to use dramatic because it's not necessarily dramatic. It's just like one of those months that will mark history. It's going to be a very intense month. It's going to be very radical with weather. It's going to be very radical with earthquakes, very radical in general with everything. And we already saw what happened with Biden, the U.S. bombing, I think it was Syria. It's not a good way to start, especially because it was right before a full moon. And remember, the full moon supercharges everything. The full moon supercharges the way you feel, supercharges what's going on in the world. There's going to be another wave, another strong wave of COVID-19, even though even though the vaccines are out and all that is going on, there's still going to be another wave that's going to really hit the U.S. and multiple places. But remember, the moon supercharges everything. It supercharges. If you're feeling very sad, if you're feeling very depressed, you'll feel even worse after the full moon. If you have been fighting with your relationship, if you've been having a lot of issues with your spouse during that whole week or during that moment while the full moon is going on, the moon is just going to make things worse. It's something to keep in mind. It's like whenever the full moon is out, it's going to supercharge everything. It's going to charge everything that's going on. And when I tell you I felt that whoosh, and I always say whoosh because it really feels like a whoosh. It feels like, it's almost like in the movies when like they show like a spirit go through you and the person's like, whoa, what was that? It's almost kind of like that kind of feeling, but it's more of like something hit me really hard. I got really dizzy. I felt like fainting, and it was so hard that I had to grab onto something because I felt like I was gonna faint. And right away I understood very strong earthquakes. Right away I understood very strong events. March is gonna be, and I've already said it since the beginning of the year. March is going to be one of those months that are going to be like last year. Remember last year we had those months that were like super dramatic. I think it was March, August, September. I believe those were the months. And this year it's a little bit different. This year November is one of them. This year November is one of those really strong months, the worst months out of the entire year. March is one of those. So we're gonna see some very intense events. There's gonna be a war, back and forth war that's gonna be going. It's not gonna last very long. It's gonna be just like a little short term war. That's gonna be building up, and again, it seemed like it's gonna get even worse, but it's gonna calm down. It's not World War III, but it can lead to it, you guys. Again, there's this energy of World War III that just kind of wants to, it's lingering. It's been in my vision since 2 years ago, so it is a matter of time. Of it's just at some point something's gonna happen and spark up a war between multiple countries, and it's literally around the corner, you guys. But that whoosh of energy that I got was very strong radical weather. Weather's gonna be atrocious. Weather's gonna be intense. Remember, what happened to Texas will happen again. What you guys need to know is a lot of people asked me last year about food sources. Should we save food? What should we do? Like, why do people say we're gonna be struggling with food? And at that point, I didn't understand why it was. I never really looked into it. I remember I pulled out a card, and the sun came out. And I told you it had to do with the weather. It had to do something with the weather. Now this year, it really like, after I saw what happened with Texas, now it really makes sense to me. Now it really clicked that it is the weather. The weather's gonna be attacking us. The weather's gonna be bombarding us, and there is gonna be a very strong. And this is something that was just revealed recently. There's going to be a very strong hurricane. There's not going to be like last year where it's like one after another, one after another, one after another, but there is going to be a very, very strong one. The strong one that I talked about last year, remember, it's been, one thing that I realized is whenever I have visions, sometimes is within a 3 year time span, but within those 3 years there's gonna be that. And I have seen a very strong earthquake for California as well, for the US. And again, within this next 3 years, starting of last year, that's gonna happen as well. So this energy is just moving so radical, and the weather's moving so radical, so it's something for us to be mindful. And again, problems with food, yes, we're gonna have problems with food. We're gonna have problems with water. One thing that I've been seeing is we're gonna be in a drought, and we need to save water. Put some water away. If you're not prepared for an emergency, you need to start doing that. Texas was our example. Texas was our sign, because when we see Texas, what happened to Texas is going to happen more, and it's going to happen in more places. There's going to be more things. The weather's going to be doing a lot of radical things. So definitely, you guys should definitely. I even told my mom too. I told my mom, I think yesterday, I said, Mom, you need to start buying like food to have like put away. You need to start buying water. And I never felt the need to do that. And the fact that they're making me tell my parents to do that, it means something bigger is coming. So definitely, you guys prepare yourselves for anything. Prepare yourselves for any sort of natural disaster, anything that could happen. You need to be prepared. Again, I never felt the need to tell my parents this, and I just recently was told to tell them. And the fact that they're telling me to tell my family to prepare themselves, it means something big is coming. I don't want to scare you guys. That's why I don't tell you everything that I see. That's why I kind of just like do it like little by little. And then again, I never hope for this stuff to happen. It's just little by little. It just starts happening, you guys, and that's something that's scary. But there's so much that's gonna happen this year that it's just, we need to be prepared for anything. We need to be prepared for anything. California, you need to be prepared. The United States, you need to be prepared for earthquakes, for the weather to continue to be radical, for a hurricane to go all the way up through I believe it's Texas. So definitely, like, so strong weather is going to continue to hit Texas. Very, very, very radical weather. And then when the heat arrives, it's going to be like we've never seen before. Even worse. The heat is going to be unbearable. And droughts, fires, literally everywhere. The weather, the natural disasters are going to be literally, you guys. The message here that I have for you guys is that you guys need to prepare for anything. Save some water. Prepare for earthquakes. Prepare for whatever natural disasters are common in your area. Just for any sort of emergency, because natural disasters are going to be happening more often than we've ever seen before. And then airplanes, you guys, airplanes are going to continue to fall. There's still that airplane that I see that's going to hit a building. Aside from what happened this I think it was last week or the week before, there's still an airplane that's going to hit a building, and there's still an airplane with multiple political people or multiple important people that's going to fall, and they're all going to pass away. So there's still a lot of things that a lot of energies that are moving. But anyways, you guys, let's get started with the video. Let's get started with the questions. Let's see who's first. Let's see. Laura Heredia, ¿cómo se mira mi economía? ¿Podré estar estable? Vamos a ver, Laura. Vamos a ver. You guys, make sure you guys make sure you guys, all 110 of you, everyone who's watching, make sure you guys like the video. But Laura Heredia, vamos a ver cómo está tu economía. ¿Cómo va a estar tu economía? Today I have to film the horoscopes, and today I have to film tonight I should say, I have to film the predictions videos. Okay. Laura Heredia, so tu economía, esta carta aquí, la carta del carro, la carta del carro, lo que te dice es que ya va a cambiar tu economía, que te vienen cosas buenas, que viene mucho cambio, pero que también tienes que activar esa energía, que también tienes que hacer que se mueva la energía, como si estás como muy lenta, trata de poner un negocio, trata de hacer cosas más, trata de pedir horas, trata de hacer lo que puedas hacer para mover esta energía, pero esta carta te dice que la tienes que mover tú, pero que también ya se va a mover. Hasta aquí la carta de la estrella te dice que te vienen cosas muy buenas, que te viene una oportunidad muy buena, que te viene dinero muy bueno, que te vienen cosas buenísimas, pero más en el futuro. Ahorita la carta que te domina va a ser esta también, la carta de las 10 espadas, que tienes mucha envidia y por eso te atoras mucho también, que te tienes que limpiar de la envidia. ¿Cómo te limpias de la envidia? Con un limón verde, te vas a limpiar como si fuera un huevo, te limpias igual como si fuera un huevo, ¿verdad? Y le puedes hacer 7 cruces, ¿verdad? Y lo puedes tirar de espaldas donde donde lo puedas tirar, ¿verdad? Un parque, algo donde no te va a regresar a ti, ¿verdad? No cerca de tu casa. Lo vas a tirar de espaldas y vas a seguir caminando, nunca voltas para atrás. O también lo que puedes hacer es, le puedes hacer 7 cruces y lo puedes envolver en papel de aluminio y lo tiras a la basura. Y viste cómo va a estar tu economía, y que si vas a poder estable, que si vas a estar haciendo estable, que ya para julio ya vas a estar más estable en tu económico. Desiree Garcia, I'm due next week with my labor. Will it go smoothly? It is going to go smoothly. I do see it going smoothly. It as smoothly as labor can go. It is going to go smoothly. I know labor is like interesting, scary for a dude, I guess. Lisa Castro, am I going to get a good job soon? And am I ever going to get pregnant? And if so, when, please? Okay, let's see, Lisa. So you said, am I going to get a good job soon? And are you going to get pregnant? And if so, when? Okay. So are you going to get a good job soon, Lisa? Let's see. So I do see you getting a job this year. You're just gonna be struggling for a little longer. It's not gonna be much longer. Right away, yeah. It says there is something already coming your way. It says there's already an opportunity coming your way. This here says a job opportunity. Somebody offers you something, some sort of a deal, or somebody offers you a job position. But it does say that you are going to be having a job soon. I would say in about January, March, by May. Sometimes I have to count, because sometimes I see numbers, and sometimes I hear the month. Sometimes when I hear numbers, I start counting. I'm like March, April, May, June, July. But yeah, by May I already see you having a job. I do see you struggling a little bit longer. I see you struggling for a little bit, like being more stable in May, but I see you struggling a little bit longer. And then you said, will you be getting pregnant, and when? Let's see. Thank you guys so much for watching me. Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for everything. For those who are always telling me I missed your lives, you guys can turn on the little bell. If you guys turn on I know I never talk about it because I didn't even know I had it, but apparently there's a little bell you can click, And if you click that, it'll give you notifications when I get on live, when I post my videos, whenever I do whatever I do. And also follow me on all my social medias. Make sure you follow Raphael's Insights / Ask Raphael's Insights on Facebook. I'm gonna try to put little like recipes for you guys, so you guys can do like so you guys can do stuff that can help yourselves, like little candle works, so it can help you. But yes, I do see you. I do see you. I do see you getting pregnant soon as well. It says that's already on its way. This card here tells me that the universe is about to gift you that. And honestly, it says around, and it is going to be this year as well. So it says around July. Around July is when you're either going to be pregnant or you're going to get pregnant. Leslie Perez. Will my kids, Juan and Luz, be okay going back to school COVID-wise? Any more kids? Twins? Month? Okay, let's see. Will your kids be okay going back to school COVID-wise? Let's take a look. Susie, I see your message. I'll try to keep that in mind. Okay. Okay. So Susie, I see your message, but let's focus on the other one. So are your kids gonna be okay going back to school with COVID? Let's take a look. Which I do see that they're gonna be okay. It says that they have their guardian angel, that they have their guardian that's gonna be protecting them. To pray to the guardian angels, to their guardian angels to protect them, so nothing bad can happen to them. But they're gonna be okay. They're I don't see anything sick related. Nothing really that's gonna be affecting them. You said any more kids, and if so, twins. Let's see, any more kids. Oh, you dropped one of my cards. Well, the card that fell is just pretty much you. This is something that you really have been thinking about. Okay. Let's see. Any more twins? Any more twins? Oh my God, you're making me. You really want twins, huh? Interesting thing is that it does say that there is. I'm concentrated. That's why I paused for a second there. I'm concentrating because it shows me those two that you asked about, but then it shows me other two. The only thing is I'm confused. You know what? I think someone has already told you that you were gonna have twins because it's interesting because the twin energy is really strong when it comes to maybe your family has twins in it, but the twin energy is really strong, and it's like it seems like someone had already told you were gonna have twins. And yes, I do see you getting pregnant, and there is a possibility of twins because it talks about two more. It talks about two more, but it also talks about two more coming at once. So there is a possibility of twins. Oh, Susie. Let's go to Susie. Susie, so your question is, let me try to remember your question. Your question is, how do you get messages from spirit or from your guides? Through meditation. I think you're asking if you get it through meditation. So there's multiple different ways you could get messages from your spirits, from your guides. Sometimes it's trusting what you feel, trusting what you see, trusting what you all of a sudden like start thinking, because a lot of times you could say that some people are crazy that have voices in their head, but sometimes it's just the spirit speaking in their head. That's why oftentimes when you go to like I don't want to say like the crazy homes, I guess you could say like the crazy homes, there's a lot of people who are either tormented demons, tormented by spirits who shouldn't be there and just need spiritual help. Um, and it's really sad, but you you can hear your spirits in multiple different ways, your spirit guides in multiple different ways. You can see them in your dreams, you could hear them in your head, like thoughts, like when you're asking a question and you close your eyes and you say, is this gonna happen for me, or what's gonna happen with this, and all of a sudden you just start getting thoughts, random thoughts that pop into your head. Those aren't your thoughts, those are their voices speaking to you in your head. There's times where they can appear in person, like face to face. That's very difficult. It's very hard for you to see that. It's very hard for people to see that or see them like that. I've seen them like that multiple times. I've seen them. They've come to me multiple times like that. Most of the time they just communicate to me through my thoughts. Through they put their voice in my head. That's most of the time the way they communicate. There's also most of the time where they appear to me and they also speak to me like that. Most of the time also, it's most of the time these are the ways that they communicate with me. It's through my dreams. When I go to sleep, it's like I'm standing in a different like place, in a different dimension, you could say, in a different world, and they're there and they're talking to me. It's like I'm in their home. They bring me to wherever they live. That's a different way. But through meditation, you can open your energy to speak to them through a lot of meditation. Sometimes it takes a lot of concentration. So in order for you to even be able to get those messages, if I'm pretty sure if you guys close your eyes or you lay down in a quiet room, you start getting those thoughts that you don't want to hear, you don't want to acknowledge. And let me tell you the difference between me and people like that. I used to be like that. I used to be like that because I whenever I would lay down, I was so scared about what I started thinking, and I got so sad, I got so depressed. And now when I lay down, you guys, my mind is so quiet. It's like I lay down and it's like no thoughts. Nothing comes to my head. Nothing bothers me. It's like no negative thoughts come crawling out of nowhere. It's like I can be in a quiet room and my mind will be just as silent. That's how you have to get yourself to that point in order to be able to communicate with spirits. You have to be so concentrated to where you have nothing that's gonna come out of nowhere and start blocking your connection to your spirit guides. It's like you have to clear that negative energy. And a lot of people do it as in like, what's that thing that they do, shadow work. A lot of people do it with shadow work. I've never done shadow work and I don't feel the need to do it because, like I said, like my mind is really quiet. I don't need to go deep in searching for the stuff that I've already cleared out. That's the main thing you need to do, is clear out whatever you're holding on to that doesn't serve you. Once you clear that out and you can get yourself to where you close your eyes and there's no thoughts, nothing pops up other than images that you don't know where they're coming from. That's how you know you finally opened up. That's how you know that you finally have the concentration you need. But through a lot of meditation, you can definitely develop that. Eric Garcia. Is Eric Garcia going to be out of prison? Okay, is Eric Garcia going to be? What a beautiful. You know what? I just noticed that date of birth. That date of birth is actually a very powerful date of birth. That date of birth, 313. 313 is a very powerful date of birth. It's interesting because that was the first thing that caught my attention. But let's see what it's a very symbolic date of birth. A date, actually, it's a very symbolic date when it comes to religion. It's That's why I say it's so interesting, because you hardly see that date. I hardly have ever seen that date, and it's interesting because the other day I heard about it, and now I'm seeing someone with it. But Eric Garcia, let's see if he's gonna be out of prison. Okay, so let me turn these cards around. So is he gonna be out of prison? One more card. So the answer is yes. I actually do see him being out of prison. He is going to be getting out of prison. Um, the interesting thing is this card right here. Where'd it go? This card right here shows him returning back to his family. This card here says that he's going to be in more satisfied. The family's going to be more satisfied with whatever they're going to give him. It does say that he is going to have some sort of parole. He is going to have some sort of like I don't know what, if I want to say it's house arrest or what it is, because I see him carrying something with him that's not gonna let him go very far. So I'm assuming it's house arrest. But yes, I do see him getting out of prison, and I actually see him getting out of prison pretty soon. Janeth Marquez. You guys make sure you guys like the video, and of course you guys follow all my social medias. And like I was saying yesterday, you guys, um, give me a year, you guys. Give me one more year, and I'm gonna dedicate all my time to you guys. I'm gonna dedicate everything to you guys. Right now, I have this other what's that, commitment, and I have another year on this commitment. I'll be out in August of 2022. So just give me this year, you guys. Bear with me this year, and when I get out, you guys, my plans are to put a store in, like a physical store, like a botanica or something like that, like a spiritual store in California, because that's where I'm from. Um, and we're a place where people can come actually to visit me, to do spiritual work in person, a place where I can actually like talk to people face to face and sell stuff to them face to face and explain to them how it works. It's a place where you guys can come to me in person, where I even want to do healings, like have like a room where I can have like a bed and you guys lay down, and I do my thing, my energy healing that I can do, my spiritual gift of healing. Um, there's so much that I want to do, but right now this commitment is just not letting me do that, and that's why you see me kind of like struggle with a lot of things. I'm still trying to give my all to you guys, but right now it's just there's only so much that I can give. But just give me a year, you guys, and I'm gonna dedicate everything to this. Janet Marquez Ruiz, general. Let's see what comes up for you in general. Janet Marquez Ruiz. Let's see. So, oh wow. Wow. Okay. So, Janet Marquez, so for you, it does say that okay, let me try to show you the cards. So you have this card right here was the first one that really caught my attention. The the seven of wands, whatever situation you're in, whatever you're dealing with, it's telling you to stand your ground, to continue moving forward with it, to not let anything stop you, because this card here says that whatever you're dealing with, it's gonna be something that you're gonna be victorious in, that you're gonna be successful in, that you're gonna be able to overcome it. Is you just have to continue to stay strong and continue to fight it, continue to push forward. This card here tells you not to give up. This card here, you have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. These two cards says starting they both says starting something new, right? That's the energy they really bring. But one is starting a new way of thinking, the other one is starting a new job, starting a business, pushing forward, stimulate your economical state. But if you have legal issues and legal problems, it says to continue fighting that, or whatever you're trying to do, it says to continue fighting that, you're going to be successful. It's really what these cards are really telling you. Joanna Felix, baby this year? Let's see. You guys, I am going to be getting off very soon because I do have to hop on Instagram. I know I'm already really late, and I do have to film today, so I don't want to like run out of time. Baby this year, I do see baby this year for you, and it's talking about more in it's talking about more in September. September is really where I see you getting pregnant or already pregnant. Thank you, Susie. I just saw your message. I know, like I try to give you guys my best, but then at the same time, like I'm not really a perfectionist, but this like the whole spiritual stuff, everything that I'm doing spiritually, it's like means so much to me. It's like the one thing that I found that I'm like good at, because I when I was younger, I thought like to myself, like I'm not good at anything, like I mess everything up. It's like everything I touch I mess up. It's like I don't know why, I don't fit in anywhere, nobody likes me, nobody, I don't have any friends, like people, like I wouldn't say I don't have any friends, but just like they weren't friends that I felt like they were friends. It was like one of the things that I always remember is when I would be around the group of friends that I had, and they will make plans to go somewhere in front of me, but never invite me. It's like they made those plans in front of me, everyone's going, but never invite me. And then when I ask like if I can go, they'll be like, oh, we're not gonna do anything. Even though they may like, so like, I've always felt like that. So this really means a lot to me, and that's why I try to give my best to everybody. That's why I try to give my best to to each and every one of you. And even and I'm always honest with you guys. It's like if I make a mistake, I made a mistake. I'm human. I make mistakes, and I know predictions are never wrong. The one who can be wrong is it's the way they were deciphered. Because sometimes predictions, visions are not as clear as one wants them to be. So that's one thing. And so no matter how good of a psychic or a spiritualist or a gifted person that you are, no matter how gifted you are, there's always that percentage where you can make a mistake. But thank you so much, Susie. I thank you so much for your beautiful words. It's funny because Susie, I just read the rest of the your questions. So let me read Susie's message, you guys. It says, "You give so much already. We are grateful. Wish you could talk about your life, work, and struggles. Do you face prejudice in your workplace? You're an inspiration." Thank you so much, Susie. Um, Surprisingly, I don't know. It's like it's weird because they really protect me. But I always say they, and whenever I say they, I am talking about my guides, my spirits, my beings of light, my angels, my archangels. They do protect me a lot. And like let's say if I'm trying to talk about something and someone walks in that they don't want to know anything about me, or they really don't want me to say anything of this stuff to them, like I'll start stuttering a lot. I'll start the way I speak to you guys, I cannot speak to people who I'm not meant to speak to this way. It's like I can't get out what I'm trying to say. The way I'm on here talking to you guys, where it comes out clear, where I'm speaking this and I'm saying this, and I'm like, this card means this message is this, and then I saw this and that. If there's someone who I'm not supposed to speak about this stuff in front of, they won't let me. It's like I'll start stuttering. I can't get it out. They'll shut me down, or they'll just shut me down completely. I can't even say nothing. I'll just shut up. And so they do protect me from that a lot. For the people that do know about this stuff, in my last job, because this where I'm at now, not a lot of people know who I am. There's people who tell me, there's people who tell me, hey, you look familiar. I don't know from where. Or there's people who there are people who recognize me here, and they'll tell me, hey, like, you do this, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. But they don't say anything negative. But I mean, me being able to read their energy is like I know when they're like being fake or not. But when it comes to like people at work that know what I do, that I actually don't face no negativity here because not a lot of people know yet. Not a lot of people know me. But where I was at, when I would go to work, a lot of people would make fun of me. A lot of people would like they would. I remember one time I went to work, and one of the guys was like, oh, Raphael's insights, this and that, like, you, oh, what did you say about this, and what about that, and what's gonna happen with this, and I'll be and he would just try to get under my skin. And there are some times where I would get bullied a little bit because of it, but the one thing that I always keep in mind is it's not about them. It's not about anyone. It's not about, even if I make mistakes, it's not about me convincing anyone that I'm real. It's not about me proving to anyone that I'm real. It's about me being here for those who believe in me and those who need me. Those who are brought to me normally are the ones who believe in this stuff, normally are the ones who need a miracle. And that's something that I've learned to see, because before I used to be kind of like should I make this person believe in this? Like, this is so cool. Like, I want to tell this person about it, and I try to force it on them. And then I later on I learned that it's not about that. It's like I started noticing everyone who comes to me needed me for whatever reason. And it's more of like something beautiful that I discovered. But I do get bullied sometimes, not necessarily here, but I do get kind of like told. I remember my family didn't believe in this stuff, and my family was kind of like iffy about it. They thought I was going crazy, but it wasn't really till they started seeing how successful I became with this, how successful and how good I was at this, and now everybody, like, from my family is looking for me. Everybody wants to to ask me questions. Everybody wants me to do spiritual work for them, and like it, it's kind of like interesting because at first nobody believed in me, and at first nobody cared about what I had to say. Nobody cared about my experience until I got on here and I started talking about it on here. And I didn't get on here because I chose to get on here. Like I said, one day they came to me and they told me it's time for you to start giving what you see, and they said make a YouTube channel. And if you go back to the very first video I made, you could tell how scared and how like timid I was, and I was kind of like kind of like I didn't know how to like talk and whatnot. But it's not about them. It's not about those people who bully me. It's not about those people who make fun of me for what I do. It's not about those people who try to ask me for predictions just to see if it's true or not. It's not about that. It's about the people who really believe in this stuff and the people who really need this. They basically put me here for those who believe in this, so I can help those who believe in this. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fantastic Four. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna answer a few more questions. It is. I don't know. I don't know. Like if like a lot of my old videos don't really show up. I like even for me, I struggle to like go all the way to the bottom to see those videos. But um, it is there. Maybe I'll try to repost it again. Like if you guys want to see it, maybe I don't know if I can, or maybe I'll share the link. That's what I should do. I'll share the link. I'll share the link so you guys can see it. Um, but there's definitely, I remember the first video I made was I think it was November. November was because it was November of 2019 when they came to me and they started telling me that I had to do this. Um, After I had already like was spiritually awakened, and again I discovered all this when I was 22, and I'm 25 now. I'm gonna be 26. Crazy. um, and I discovered all this when I was 22, but they kept me quiet till I was 24 in 2019 of November, and and it became what it became now. And like and sometimes I have to remember that it's fairly new. It's something that I'm still growing. It's something that I'm still developing. It's something that I'm good at, but I'm still figuring out things, and I'm still learning. I learn a lot all the time. For Susie, for one thing that you can do if you really want to connect to your guides, if you really want messages, and for everyone who really looks for this, is you before you go to bed, you can ask your spirits, to your guides, your guardians, your angels, to give you messages while you're sleeping, and you'll have to pay attention to what you dream about. Sometimes they're so vivid, and it's like they come to you directly, and other times it's just symbolic. But let me answer a few more questions, and then we have to move on to we have to move on. Efren Santos, I'll do yours right now. We have to move on to Instagram because then I'm not gonna make it to Instagram. Efren Santos, am I in the right path for work, and would I ever find love? So right away, there's already a guy who did come up. Um, as I was like splitting the cards, there's a guy that already came up, but you said, let me go back to your question because it updated it. Let me find your question one more time. Thank you guys so much for everything as well, you guys. Are you in the right path of work? And would you ever find love? There's so many different cool things you could do with spirituality. Are you in the right path of work? I do see you being on the right path of work. It says that where you're at, you still have a lot of growth. You have a lot of opportunities. Um, you are in the right path of work, but you still have a lot of growth that is still yet to come to you. This here says that you're going to be having some sort of an opportunity that comes your way. It's like something that you've been waiting for, something you've been wanting to do there, but it says that there's good things coming your way, but you are in the right path of work. I gotta find your question again. It up it updated again. Let me see. Where did you go? If you guys want, you guys can follow me to Instagram. I will be on there for. I'll be on there a little bit shorter. I do talk about everything that I talked about in the beginning, as well, just so I can put it out there for everyone else as well. Let's see. Trying to find the second part to your question. Would you ever find love? Yes, yes, yes. You will. Oh, look. I didn't have to look for it. This again. It says that you're going to be meeting someone actually very soon. It says that there's someone already in your path, and it talks about. So, whenever it talks about the page of cups, the page of cups is that love that's like that pure love, that true love that's going to build into something really good. So there is someone who's going to be making you feel very, very loved very soon. Maria Isabella Robles. General reading, please. Let's check it out. Funny because my mom, she, no matter like what happens in her life, she always comes and asks me like to read her cards. So, where'd she go? Let me find. Let me find you again. Okay, general reading. I was trying to find the question because I lost the connection. So, general reading. So the eight of cups says that you right now the energy that's coming up more is for you to take a break, to take some time to yourself. This card here says to walk away. Whatever you're dealing with is to kind of just take a moment and breathe, take a walk, kind of whatever situation you're dealing with, because it talks about either relationships or partners or someone from the past, or just it talks about it involves somebody else is really what it's saying. It's saying to take a moment to breathe, take a moment to kind of relax. Don't play into this negative energy. Look at this moon right here. This moon right here says that it's going to be influencing everything that's going on between the two of you. So definitely this is your general reading for you, is just be mindful about this full moon is going to be causing issues for you and your relationship, you and your partner, or you and your relationships. Doesn't necessarily have to be your actual relationship. It can be relationships at work, it can be family relationships, but it's just warning you to be careful of fights and to just kind of breathe a little bit, take a walk, and don't play too much into these energies that are going to be influencing you. And then this card over here talks about deals, talks about opportunities that are also coming your way. Thank you, Reina. Reina Diaz, will I get pregnant this year? Will my daughter find a new guy? Will you get pregnant this year? Let's see. I actually just charged these cards yesterday with the moon, and I'm probably gonna charge them again tonight as soon as I'm done with them. I hate that the message doesn't just stay like on Instagram and on TikTok. If I pick the message, it'll just stay there solid until I move it myself. Will you get pregnant this year? Let's see. I just gotta shuffle the cards. Will you get pregnant this year? I do see you getting pregnant. And it's interesting because I had already seen August, and even this card here says that this this card here says August as well. It says that the number 8. This is the 8th card of the major arcanas, and the major arcanas normally talk about major events. They normally talk about months. Normally talks about not necessarily years. I never see them talking about years other than when it's the magician or when it's the high priestess, necessarily. But this is talking about months, and this it's interesting because August was the first month that popped into my head, and then you saw the 8th card right here, which is the 8th month. So yes, I do see you getting pregnant in August, and then will your daughter find a new guy? Will your daughter find a new guy? Love is always moving. Love is an energy that's always moving. It's never gonna stop moving. It slows down, but there's always someone new that comes up. But here right now, what it says that she is gonna find a new. I don't want to say she's not gonna find a new person, but it says that she's stuck with the old one. It says that person from the past is still holding a grip to her. If you pay attention, this here is the devil. The devil right here. It says that this person is still holding a grip on her, and it's gonna be really tough for her to find someone new or to move on. But most likely, what this is saying is that person is probably gonna come back into her life again. But she probably should most likely not let him in because this person is not a good person. Whenever a card represents the person that they're dating, the person you're with, it means that person's a little abusive. That person's is full of lies, BS. It's very scary when they're dominated by this card. They're very cruel people. Okay, guys, one more because I just saw we're already 46 minutes and I said 10 minutes. Sonja Flores, General, and are we... Okay. General, and are we going to get the home? Okay, you're in escrow? Okay. General, let's check your general, Sonja Flores, and then we'll check the second part. Which I believe it's going to be a yes, but we'll see what the cards... You know what the cards are, you guys? The cards are not really where the messages come from. It's more of like a confirmation to just solidify what I already saw. It's just more of like a safeguard. But he said general. So it's interesting because the general is like a little complicated. The general does talk about delays with deals. You do have this energy right here, the devil talks about delays, the devil talks about things maybe falling through, but I won't necessarily say falling through, maybe just delays. But we'll look at the escrow part. Is the house going to go through? Okay. So, like I said, yes, it is going to go through. The devil is just bringing this energy of delays, this energy of like trying to cause issues and one thing after another, but it is going to go through. I do see you celebrating when it comes to that house. But anyways, you guys, I think that's going to be the last one because I already stayed here a little bit too long. I love each and every one of you. I love sharing my stories. I love sharing my messages. I love sharing everything that I can share with you guys. I really love this thing. I was thinking the other day, like, when am I gonna put my other crystals on? Because I don't want to put crystals on now. I want this thing. But I know there's gonna be a time where I want to change it. I always base everything off of like where I feel. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. If not, follow me to Instagram. I know I'm really late. I know it's really late already, but I'm gonna be on Instagram answering. That one I'm probably gonna just do 10 minutes. Because I do have to film today, and if I continue going, I'm not gonna ever get to filming. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys follow all my social medias. It's gonna be in this description below, and follow Raphaelsinsights / Ask Raphaelsinsights on Facebook. Bye.